Hey guys, it's good to see you. It's Ryan here at DP Marketing.Services and author on the book on this book on digital marketing for plumbing and HVAC contractors. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hey, coming at you a video of a conversation that I've been having a lot with a bunch of guys, and it's been kind of interesting. So I figured I'd just throw it out here for you and see kind of what your thought. And I know I've mentioned this before in other videos. But it's something that a lot of marketers struggle with. And to be honest, marketing has struggled with this for a long time, right? It's not just recently or whatever. It's like, no, this has been true for the past 100 years. And so here's kind of the setting behind this. If you're a contractor that's using a software like ServiceTitan or House Call or something, and you're tracking calls and you're tracking leads and you know where stuff is coming from, you know how important it is to track those lead sources. What are you getting the most conversions on? What are you making the most profit on? What's going to give you the most ROI? Like all those things. And that's all fine and good. The problem that marketers have is a problem called the point of last touch attribution. And so the idea goes like this. Right now, if you're using something like ServiceTitan and you have call tracking numbers set up on a campaign, hey, if a phone number comes in on that line, that lead came through that channel. That lead came through Google My Business, let's say. And that can totally be true. But what you fail to recognize, though, is the steps in the chain that lead up to the person finding you on Google My Business. Right? So let's take it out of plumbing and HVAC world and put it into like groceries, because everyone can kind of relate there. In almost every Sunday newspaper in the United States, every newspaper is going to come loaded with coupons to your local grocery store, right? And those coupons are coded by the manufacturer so that they know, hey, this ran on this newspaper in this market. And when you take it to your grocer to check out and give that coupon, they're able to identify, hey, that is the point of last touch. When you bought that bag of ham and cheese sandwiches, I don't know, and redeem that coupon, they're going to know that last touch. That coupon was the thing that you redeemed so that they can do that last touch attribution. What the problem is, though, is if you're not careful, you'll be like, and you probably do this now, is you're like, man, those coupons work amazing. We should do coupons all the time. And you fail to recognize the fact that all you're really doing is measuring the last touch on that. You're not measuring the actual chain of events that led up to a person redeeming the coupon. So in the ham and cheese sandwich world, you're failing to recognize the fact that it's becoming trendy everywhere in that local area, or the fact that there's billboards in the area, or people are talking about it on TV shows, and you've been talking about it on Facebook for a while. The coupon is really the last thing that people did before they made that transaction. But there's a lot of other things that built up in front of that transaction so that people were likely to redeem that coupon, or it was easy for them to redeem that coupon. So, okay, let's get it out of food world and let's get it back into plumbing and HVAC world. If you start seeing, hey, you're seeing all these calls coming in through Google My Business is a great example. It totally could be because the map pack ranking is fantastic. But if you stop there, you're going to make false assumptions based on how those leads found you, because you won't know yet what were the terms people were using. Were they branded? And by branded, I mean the marketing said branded. Were they looking for you by name, or were they unbranded? Were they looking for Geo Plumber, Geo HVAC, whatever? What were the searches that they were using that they found you there? And then you're going to have to start thinking about things like, okay, was there anything else top of funnel that you were doing to build the credibility? So if you're doing billboard, TV, radio, these things are going to be running, building brand awareness, getting your reputation out in the community, so that when people see you on the map pack, they're more likely to click on your thing that has 1,000 5-star reviews because they've seen your billboard over town and they see the reviews. It's going to naturally lead them in. So the false assumption would be Google My Business is performing well. And in reality, what you're doing is saying, hey, our brand presence is so dominating that every piece is performing more effectively. You have to make sure you understand specifically what you're measuring. So even though your billboards will be working well and your TV and your radio will be working well, if you're not careful, you're just going to look in your Titan dashboard or wherever you're looking at your call tracking and say, hey, we got X many calls on GMB. Those billboards aren't doing anything. And you're going to be missing the entire point. right? You're going to be jumping to the wrong conclusion because you're misinterpreting the data. Don't stop at the point of last touch to make your assessment. Take it a step further, understand the other parts in the chain that are building up to it. Everything's going to be different. You might not be able to attribute many direct leads coming from things like radio or coming through things like billboard, but it doesn't mean that they don't influence things below them down the funnel. I would love to know what you have to say about this. I know tracking lead sources is a huge deal. It's very important, so I'm not knocking that. But how do you struggle with correctly attributing where that lead came from, right? How do you know, hey, what we're seeing on G&B or what we're seeing on SEO or what we're seeing on Google Local Services, it's a result directly of that thing versus the other pieces that led up to them completing their transaction there. So I'm curious to hear from you. It's a weird topic. It's something marketers have struggled for a long time, but I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think. As always, guys, follow us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube. It's good to see you, and we'll see you next time.